Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been quite
We're going to be a
some
little
time.
rusty.
We're going to get into that. We're also going to talk
It's been a
about
minute.
the future of TLEV. We're going to talk a little bit about why Josue is not here. Let's first start with what have we all been up to. So, Mystery,
Me?
where the hell have you been the past few months?
Well, I've been on the channel most of the time.
Yes,
Yeah, it's been
Compared
you and me.
compared to everyone. It's been Mr. E and Miss E taking over. Some of you love it. Some of you probably don't. But guess what? That's what it is for now. Because to keep this going, we got to have at least one of us on camera. And we're enjoying it. We're having fun with it. But right now, it is a little breather time, I would say, for myself. It was.
Okay.
I haven't uploaded on that channel.
Your eye twitch because you
3
haven't
weeks.
uploaded on any channel.
Almost a month. Oh, this channel hasn't had a video since lost footage. We've been living life. I'm still a student, so I gotta keep that working. Got to work a little bit. But I've been enjoying making little videos that we can make, basically. Doing it safely.
Nice.
And yeah. Missy, you've been there with me?
Yeah, I mean, we're just doing school and working, and then on the side,
And then all this stuff.
and then we're like,
Yeah. So, I mean, not much has changed for us.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Josue or you first?
Let's talk about Josue. He's got the much bigger
So,
change.
ladies and gentlemen, Josue is not gone forever. Okay?
No.
He's not gone
So
forever, don't
we're
worry.
this was coming for sure. A lot of you saw that this was
Yes.
happening as soon as we
Yeah.
announced it back. What was it? April now? Maybe even May. Yes, Josue was expecting Josue and Joe, who you've seen on this channel a few times, were expecting their firstborn child, and little Miles Joshua Mendez arrived on November 6th of this year, and he is very happy at home with Josue and Joe. And yes, he's just a newborn baby, and he's super, super ready to be with the world. And that's a bit of a handful for Josue right now. And so while Josue and Joe are figuring out what it means to be parents, we are going to be
enjoying being
Oh, I
parents
didn't say
right
they
now,
weren't, right? That's
yes.
part of the joys of being a parent is learning it. And so Josue is going to be, taking some paternity leave,
Yes,
right?
paternity
Because here at
leave
TLEV,
right
we believe in paternity as
leave.
much as maternity leave.
Yeah.
So, and when Josue is ready to come back, we welcome him with open arms, of course, and
Especially
we know that
when
all
he's
of
one
you
of the
will as well.
founders.
Exactly.
Of course,
and
he's
boot
gonna
me off to the side.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Sending Miss E away.
Yes, no. You've way more than earned your spot here. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, so that is where Josue is right now.
Living
We
large.
did not get rid of him.
No.
He has just been taken care of by a small
We'll
little.
take care of him.
Well, baby Miles will take care of
Yeah,
him.
Miles is doing it.
And
We met him. He's a beautiful baby boy.
Yes, he's a
He-
healthy
to me,
baby
he
boy.
looks so much like
he's
Josue.
a healthy baby boy,
Yeah.
that's for
He
sure.
got some hair on him.
He's
Yes.
got photo right here. That boy's got so
go,
much
go
hair on
follow
him.
Josue and Joe all about baby
on their
Miles.
Instagram story. Yeah, it's become a Miles Instagram account now.
We adore him already. So I don't know why I keep looking this way. The camera's right there. I'm so
You're rusty.
I
You're a
am.
little
Well, you know
rusty.
why? It's because you're using my camera today, and I'm used to looking at that little thingy instead of this
Gotcha.
major Lumix. So,
Gotcha.
but anyways, yeah. Now to the big old one, Thomas. I don't want to say his last name, but
Coolmeyer.
Thomas.
Oh yeah, like it's not your last name. It's not all over our social media. Yeah.
Thomas is back.
Yeah.
He's back in the SoCal land.
Yes,
For a little bit.
literally 2 more weeks.
Yes.
But
Oh yes, winter break.
Yes, I'm on break. I'm on. Yeah, I know.
He's a little breather. Right
I'm
now
on
from law school.
break right now. That's right. As we announced in the last podcast, I went off to law school. I wrapped up my first semester of law school. Right now, it looks like I'm having A's in all my classes, which is nice, right?
That's
it's nice to
very
finish
good.
up my.
That's a good way to
you
go.
have to finish up my first semester of law school with
Yes.
A's. That's pretty good.
You need to.
I learned a lot about the perception of law on the East Coast. Very different than how we see it here in California. Or if you're someone in Florida, also very different from how it's seen in Florida.
Nice.
My focuses in my classes this semester were criminal law, contracts, tort law. Tort law
Yeah.
is a lot of having to do with being wronged. And
Right.
it's not so much a criminal offense. There are some similarities when it comes to criminal law and tort law, but tort law is more of the, the threats, the harassment, and violations and breaches of a
Right.
contract and some sort of damage, right? If you have a slip and fall, that's a tort claim. If you are getting evicted wrongfully by a landowner, that's a tort claim. So
So
torts
you've been learning the laws.
I've been learning the
You
laws.
are Daredevil.
Yes, that's the goal, is to become Matt Murdock, and
You want to be blind.
Reboot.
Okay, I know. Well, moving on. And so that's what I've been learning. But yes, I wrapped up my finals last week here in California. Now, I really want to see as much as I can of California before I have to go back to Connecticut and finish my last 4 months there. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, and everything works and all the stars line up, I transfer to a school here in California, and then we don't have to do this long gap. But I'm also, and we'll talk a little bit about it later, hoping that I don't ever have to do another long gap of not making any appearances on either of the channels.
Nice. So yeah,
more
that's
remote stuff, and we'll talk about that.
That's us, guys. We are here, and we're back for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we need to figure this stuff out.
Well, okay, so should we talk about that now? So we
mean,
talked
we
about
could.
where the hell we've been.
Yeah.
Now should we talk about looking ahead? So 2020 was rough, right? I think
Yes.
we could all say.
Is this going to be out during 2020, or is this?
This is out tomorrow. So 2020 has been teaching us a lot in terms of content.
Right.
We really were focused a lot on the theme parks starting this year, right? I think
Yeah.
about our January 6th vlog in Disneyland Paris, how we were like, 2020 is going to be our year.
It's our year.
We're going to retake everything. Oh, TLEV's going international. Yeah. And
And
we were very wrong.
It didn't play
We
out
were
like
very
that.
wrong.
It did not. It did not. It was different.
yeah.
It was different, and we all know that by now.
We do. And so 2020, especially with, what's going on, the stay-at-home orders that keep going on, trying to push for people to limit their movement. And especially here in California, we see a lot of things are being restricted, particularly the theme parks. Now, we know some of our peers and our colleagues have now moved to Florida because Florida's still open, or they're visiting Florida frequently to make content about the theme parks. I don't see that as very viable for any of us to do, to be going to Florida that frequently. It works for them, sure, awesome. It would not work
it's become
for us.
that's we talked about this. That is truly their career right there. And right now, our thing is, we haven't gone full TLEV or full anything else. And that's why, we're students. We are students currently.
All three of us, yeah.
So
Or dads.
we don't want to risk anything, Maybe we'll go a weekend, but still, that weekend, it's like you're risking so much at going.
If you're 2 weeks bedridden and you can't do a class,
it's not great.
So because of that, what we're thinking a lot of what we're doing for the future going into 2021 is looking at things a little more, what we can do, what kind of content we can make, and what kind of subject we can focus our content on that would not require us to have to visit halfway across the country or do anything that might put us in a little bit of danger. So you're going to see, we've talked about it before, and it's not that big of a surprise to many of you who've been following us for 5 years. Also, Yeah, can we talk about how TLEV?
Yeah,
It's been for 5 years now. So
5 years, man.
So this is TLEV 5.0, and TLEV 5.0 is going to bring back a lot of the hits of the previous years. Also, a lot of what we've learned in the past year is going to really be the focus of the future of TLEV. Particularly, I wanted to, and what we'll talk about is we're going to be focused more on media. So, like film, and we're going to be talking about
I see what
TV
you mean.
shows.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about, some things that we know we're big nerds, and we've always been big nerds. We've loved movies, we love TV shows, we love pop culture, and that's really what's going to be the focus. I mean, when there's theme park news, we're going to talk about it. When the theme parks are open again, we're going to go
We'll
to
be
it.
back. Yes.
But for at least for the meantime, what we see is we see WandaVision, right? We see Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, all that stuff.
We're seeing all of Warner Brothers is slate for 2021's coming to the streaming. So we're going to talk about all of that.
Yeah.
We're talking about how Spider-Man 3 is going to be connected to WandaVision, and we're going to talk all about that. And also tying into changes for TLEV and for 2021, we're going to make sure we know some of you really have said how Pick Your Brain podcast hasn't been a horror podcast.
Yeah.
So, yes, for TLEV Horror, Pick Your Brain podcast is going to stay our horror focus.
Yes.
But we are going to have another medium, another podcast style show on the TLEV main channel.
Yeah.
And that's going to be where we gush about Spider-Man 3 rumors, or we gush about Fantastic Four, or we gush about Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut
How
of
we love
Justice
our
League.
little theories. We'll make our theories on there.
An
and stuff
American
like that.
Horror Story, we'll still talk about that on Pick Your Brain podcast.
Everything horror will be over at the Pick Your Brain podcast.
But everything else will be on this new podcast-like medium that we're thinking right now, just a working title, the TLEV show. That's what it's just going to be for right now. We'll see.
We'll figure it out, because we got to talk with everyone behind it, and then to go for our second channel. As we've always mentioned, horror never does.
Horror.
It's not just a haunt season, and so there are still not shows. I don't want to say shows, but series that we have we have the Pick Your Brain podcast. We have a brand new one. I don't want to say it because I know someone's gonna steal it. So I'm gonna keep it.
Just
two of them.
Untitled. Just say it's untitled.
Two untitled series. And both of them we've sort of have done before. And then of course the watch party will come back.
Yes.
We never finished the watch party. There's a reason for that. But again, we'll talk about that.
You didn't want to finish 2017.
Miss E with the receipt.
But no, it's so we still got stuff. There's still stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it comes around the haunt time, hopefully there's a haunt season. Boom. Just a little extra.
So for those of you who have been following us on our social media, specifically our Instagram at TLEV Media, you may have been seeing some weird little Instagram story plugins where we had like our little post where it was this glitch. As you can see, that's like part of the new style that we're going with the glitch of TLEV Horror, glitching into TLEV Media, really showing how we're so making this a new kind of medium that's supposed to be more of like a show for you all to be entertained and to be connected to us. Really want this year to be the focus of us and what we find passionate, because we know so many of you are passionate about the same stuff that we are. So not so much the news heavy stuff, because there hasn't been that much news, but
build it around us.
Yes, it's going to be built around
back
us.
to how it started, baby.
Back to how it started.
Yeah.
And what you might have also seen are specific numbers, and those numbers have been tying into dates. January 2nd. January 2nd will be a trailer for a year-long project that I've been working on that will be released right on this channel. And the full project, the full video, kind of like a documentary style, kind of, you'll see it, will be released on January 15th.
Whoa, he has a date.
Yep. Why January 15th? Because it ties in with the opening and the first episode of WandaVision. So you can already tell it's in the Marvel idea. And then January 16th will be the first ever episode of our new podcast-like show on this channel, where we'll be talking about the first episode of WandaVision and all of our speculations.
So we got to be here right after.
Oh, we're gonna be so ready.
Okay. All right.
So
when's the 15th? What?
the 15th is January 15th, a Friday.
Okay, well, it's a Friday. There we go. All
So,
right.
but don't worry. Just because there's this new podcast doesn't mean the Pick Your Brain podcast or anything else will be not a focus or a priority. But there's gonna be so much content. We really hope you're excited. We really hope to see, and thank you all so much for all the support that you've been giving us for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
If you were part of that first cohort where we were watching, and it was just Josue and I going through a failed Grinchmas, all the way to if you were seeing last year's interview with the Grinch, or if you were seeing this year's just walking through City Walk, seeing what was happening during this pandemic. We know that it's been such rough time, and we're so happy that you've taken the time to actually watch along with us.
Thank you.
And now, back to the podcast. Woo!